Have you ever postponed something important because you thought there was still time? So did Minku, a tiny squirrel with a big dream and an endless supply of tomorrows, until the day he discovered that the time waits for no one. The desert was peaceful that morning. Warm sunlight rested softly on golden sand dunes. Tiny birds hopped between cactus plants. Old tortoises carried dry leaves towards their homes. Everyone was busy, everyone except Minku. Minku lay lazily on a flat, warm rock, chewing a peanut slowly while watching clouds move across the sky. A wise old camel passed nearby carrying bundles of grass. Preparing already? Minku laughed. The camel stopped. The sandstorms will arrive soon. Minku stretched lazily. They come every year. I'll prepare tomorrow. The camel looked at him quietly, then walked away. A family of rabbits gathered food seeds carefully into clay pots. Minku watched them while swinging on a dry branch. You started so early, he laughed. One rabbit smiled nervously. The winds can come any time. Minku grinned. There's still plenty of time. That evening, a strong gust of wind passed through the desert. Only for a second, but some dry leaves flew into the air. The old owl, sitting on a broken tree, opened one eye slowly. The desert has started breathing differently, but Minku ignored it. Tomorrow. He would prepare tomorrow. Day passed, the sky slowly changed color. The mornings became strangely quieter. Even the birds stopped singing for long. But Minku kept delaying everything. Whenever he thought about cleaning his underground shelter, I'll do it tomorrow. Whenever he planned to collect nuts, tomorrow. Whenever he wanted to repair his weak wooden door, tomorrow. Tomorrow became his favorite word. One evening, Minku visited the market area near the village well. The place was almost empty now. Animals were finishing their preparations quickly. A tiny hedgehog struggled while dragging a heavy snack. Minku laughed gently. You worry too much. The hedgehog stopped breathing heavily. My grandfather says storms don't send invitations. Minku shrugged. There are still many calm days left. The hedgehog looked at the sky, but this time the sky looked back, dark, dusty, silent. That night the wind sounded different, not loud but deep, like the desert was whispering warnings. Minku covered himself with a cloth and slept comfortably. Tomorrow he would finally prepare everything properly. Tomorrow. Morning arrived, but sunlight didn't. The sky had turned orange brown. The air felt heavy. Birds were flying low in panic. The old camel shouted while running through the village. Storm tonight, final warning. Suddenly, everyone moved faster. Doors closed. Food was hidden. Families disappeared underground. And for the first time, Minku felt afraid. He rushed towards his shelter. The roof was broken. Sand leaked through cracks. His food basket was empty. The wooden door barely stood upright. His heart started beating faster. No, I still have time. But deep inside, he knew there was no tomorrow left. The storm arrived at sunset. The desert grew red like an angry ocean. Massive winds lifted sands into the sky. Visibility disappeared completely. Tiny stones struck walls violently. Minku pushed against his weak door with all his strength. Crack! One side broke open. Sand rushed inside instantly. Minku coughed desperately. Fear filled his chest. For the first time in his life, tomorrow could not save him. Then suddenly, thud, someone pushed the door from outside. It was the old camel. Behind him stood the rabbits, the hedgehog, even the owl. Together they tied the broken door tightly using ropes and thick cloths. The storm screamed outside all night, but the shelter survived barely. The next morning, silence. The storm had passed. Half the desert looked different now. Broken branches covered the sand. Several empty burrows had disappeared completely. Minku stepped outside slowly, ashamed, quiet. The old camel stood beside him, watching the sunrise. Minku lowered his head. I thought I had more time. The camel smiled gently. Everyone thinks that. From that day onward, Minku changed. Not suddenly, not perfectly, but honestly. Whenever work appeared, he did a little immediately. Whenever fear whispered later, he answered with action. And slowly, tomorrow stopped controlling his life. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is not I can't. It is I still have time because one day tomorrow stops coming.